I heard what you had to say about Polaris, and so instead of relying on direct observational evidence, you just showed a theory. Now,
I
what
relied
you
on
should
direct
do?
observational
No, you
evidence.
didn't.
We have
No.
historical
Well,
star
let me say
charts
it.
from
Let me say
people that
this.
lived in the
Hold
past.
up. Hold up.
Nice try.
Hold up. Instead of
And I
trying to
didn't
go
give you a
back to
theory.
some
I gave you
mythology,
scientific,
instead of going back
empirical
out like
evidence.
20,000 years, think about over the course of 1 year.
3,000 years.
Wait, hold up. Polaris is going to be in the same spot every night of the year. Now watch, that proves two things.
That's testable and it's false.
It proves two things. The Earth is not tilting at all because we would see Polaris shift. And if the Earth were going around the sun, hold up. If the Earth were going around the sun, we don't see stars during the day. So if the Earth was on the other side of the sun, Polaris would be invisible. Now we could talk about that, but please, no insults. It's so lame. You know, I dealt with that Craig Fight the Flat Earth. And it's like when you're insulting the other debater, that means you lost. Okay.
One sec.
So
I
Eric,
do want to
please,
just
no
interrupt.
insults.
I do want to quick interrupt just because a couple of things. One is I want to make sure there's not too much interrupting. And so we might have to break it into 2-minute responses, like 2-minute little mini speeches, if there's more.
I don't want to do that.
And also, given that Craig's not here to defend himself, all right, let's
you're right.
redirect back to the topic. Go ahead. I think Planet Peterson, you had thoughts. What do you want to share?
Matt, what's your issue with the math here?
The issue is that people can lie with numbers, and instead of looking at different
point out the error in the math.
Well, that's the issue. The math can be totally perfect.
So there's nothing wrong with the math.
Watch what I'm saying. My point is this, is that the math can say one thing. Direct observational reality will prove the opposite.
No, that's the problem. The math here fits direct observational reality. We don't see the North Star shift. Why is that? Because the math bears out that you wouldn't be able to see it. Matthew, can you tell the difference between 2 points that are separated by 0.000001718?
This is your assumption. This is part of some faith-based
so the question
idea
is,
about cosmology.
The question is, can you see that?
If something was that minute, yeah, you probably wouldn't see it. But
thank you. So there's no contradiction in the model.
Listen, my point is not, is your math accurate? My point is, does your math match direct observational evidence?
Because the math tells us we wouldn't see a difference, and we don't see a difference. So there's no problem.
So in that part, we disagree.
No, we don't disagree. You said that
Eric,
the North Star...
We disagree. You think that
we disagree that you think we would see a difference, but if you actually spend the time to think about it, you can see that no, you wouldn't see a difference. Because even over the course of a year, for the closest star to us, it would change by an angle of 0.009 degrees.
Well, you're assuming that the stars are a certain distance away.
That is our model. There's no contradiction in the model. You attempted to do an internal critique of the model, and your internal critique fails. You think it's right because you don't understand how big things are, or you didn't spend any time looking into it.
That's another assumption. Eric, that's another assumption that you don't think I understand the globe model. That's an assumption you have.
How far away are the closest stars?
Listen. That's an underestimation that every glober has done that I've debated.
Oh,
They've
God,
underestimated.
How far away are the closest stars?
I'm trying to help you.
I don't need your help.
You guys underestimate that flat earthers know the globe theory, okay? Now, when you ask what's the closest
No, I didn't
star,
underestimate you because I demonstrated mathematically that your explanation is, or that your attempt to do an internal critique is completely unfounded.
Yeah,
so
and I countered
we can move on to the next thing.
I countered your mathematics with direct observational reality.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. How about every night look at Polaris? Every night look at Polaris, and you tell me
that it doesn't shift as is predicted by the globe Earth model because it's extremely far away. Yes.
So that's a contradiction. So the globe predicts that the Earth tilts. Simultaneously, the globe predicts that the Earth does not tilt.
No, it doesn't do anything like that, and your explanation has nothing to do with why the North Star is fixed. If you want to change it, the North Star is fixed.
Never go into the south.
Do I get to talk or not?
Yeah, if you want. Okay, I'll listen to you. Let's go one by one.
Why do we have a pole star? Because the Earth turns. So there would actually be two of them. There just doesn't happen to be a southern star that lines up with the pole or whatever. So why do we have that? Because the Earth turns. So that has nothing. So of course, if you're turning, there's going to be one spot. There's going to be one spot where there isn't any circular rotation, right?
Well, honestly, I'm not under the globe paradigm.
I'm not asking you to believe that the Earth is a globe. I'm asking you to understand it. If the Earth is rotating, there's going to be one point where there is no circular rotation, right?
I'm disagreeing with what you said because you said it yourself.
Okay,
there
then
is no
I don't know
star.
what,
No,
I
there
don't know
is
how
no.
to talk to you.
No,
then.
watch. You said there's
if you
no
don't understand
star.
that something that spins has a central point where that spin doesn't draw a circle, it rotates in place. You don't understand that?
No, you're talking about.
No, you don't understand that.
Listen,
so we can't talk about Polaris. What would you like to talk about next?
You're talking about how Polaris would be the central nexus from which all the stars circle around. And you said it yourself that there is no southern star that it rotates around.
There doesn't happen to be a singular star where that happens, but the sky rotates. But we're not talking about the sun.
Now, to get further into those celestial mechanics.
I haven't made my point at all yet.
Oh, please.
Do you understand?
All right, 1 sec. I'm going to jump in. I got Matthew. I need you to give Planet Peterson approximately 2 minutes just to fully get it out without any quick little pithy remarks, even without laughing.
Yes, sir.
So, Matt, do you understand that if the Earth is rotating, there's going to be a central point where there isn't any circular rotation, it's just stationary rotation?
Okay, I could understand in theoretical terms if the Earth were a globe and there was the star Polaris seemingly in one point above the North Pole, and if the Earth were turning like that, it would look like that. My argument is this: the axial tilt notion is disproven by Polaris, as well as the idea that the Earth goes around the sun. Because like I said, say this is the sun, and the Earth's over here pointing at Polaris. 6 months later, the Earth's going to be over here pointing this way towards Polaris, but it'll be during the day. That's my point.
Matt,
hold up, Eric. That's my point, that the globe theory contradicts itself. Like you just said, the Earth tilts, but the globe model predicts that there would be no tilt in the sky. It's ridiculous. It's a dying paradigm. Dude, it's a religious view.
It doesn't do anything like that.
You need faith to believe that. Okay, Eric? You need a lot of faith to believe that the Earth is turning and that Polaris would stay in its spot.
You're giving a sermon. I'm trying to talk about data.
I'm trying to share with you that if you're you're an atheist, right?
I used to be a Christian and I never thought the Earth was flat.
Okay. Well, my point is that you have a lot of faith that the Earth is a certain way.
No, I have data.
Well, the thing is, I mean, really, you have numbers, but you don't have data. You don't have observational reality with you.
Yes,
you have mathematics, and I agree that you can make mathematics say whatever you want. You can have it say whatever you want. You know you could do that. You know you can lie with numbers.
Sure. So that means all people that think the Earth is a globe are lying. So, anyways,
not necessarily. We're going to answer that question. No, I don't think people are lying. I just think people maybe haven't even considered it because of the mockery, the outcast syndrome or whatever, the scapegoatism that mainstream narrative does to anybody that's different. Can you imagine that? Anyone that's different. You like to hear the horrible things people say about flat earthers.
Oh, another sermon.
Terrible. I'm not just sharing with you, man. I'm sharing with you what's the truth of what this flat versus globe debate's going on.
Isn't Eric Dubay an actual Nazi?
I don't know, but I never met Eric Dubay. I don't buy his books. I'm not his friend on Facebook. I don't.
Oh, that's good.
But
why are people lying about the shape of the Earth?
Oh, that's a great question.
To control people?
Well, what do you think?
Okay, instead of me telling you my opinion, the Jews. So,
and there's some weird thing about lying about Earth, lying about God, lying about the Bible.
Why do they do
lying about the origin of? Because it's all satanic. My opinion, it's satanic. They hate God. They hate the Bible.
You think that I'm satanic and
I don't know you well enough, but you're not in control of the powers on the earth. You're not calling the shots.
Who's controlling the powers of the earth?
Are you kidding? As a Christian man, I would say Satan is controlling the earth right now.
And who is he specifically manipulating?
As any people that he can get to.
Okay, so it can just be anyone. Okay.
What do you well, do you know about the Bible? What do you think it says about that? Instead of just my opinion, share your opinion on that.
We're not here to talk about the Bible, so I don't really care about that.
Why'd you ask me, man? Okay, we can move on if you want.
I was trying to figure out why you think that people are peddling the lie that the earth is flat, or that the earth is a globe would be the lie, rather.
Like, I already answered that. Why would they do it? But individually, there's monetary factors. Like, people want to make YouTube content hating flat earth, and they can make a lot of money doing so. I've interacted with these people. I've debated them.
Do you think that I know the earth is flat?
Do you know it?
Yeah.
You might be lying to yourself at this point, but you probably do know it's flat because it doesn't require faith. I can look at the earth and without having assumptions, I can just say, you know what? Honestly, I could see way too far. And honestly, I feel that the earth is motionless.
Oh,
that's for
man.
me. I'm sorry that you hate that, but I don't hate that you believe the earth is a globe. I'm not going to laugh at you. That would be disrespectful to be like, you're this, you're that. Let me insult you and laugh at you because of your cosmological view. That would be childish.
Matt, have you ever been to the ocean?
I could smell the ocean almost every day.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yeah, dude, we live in Southern California, man.
Do you when you look at the ocean, do you see a sharp horizon?
It looks flat.
Do you see a sharp horizon?
Well, no, the way the ocean is, there's lots of moisture.
No.
So even though you can't see forever, in general, it's flat. I've not only at the beach, but ground level, seeing way too far, going tall buildings, going into the hills, the mountains.
This has nothing to do with my question.
You asked if I've ever gone to the beach, and I'm like elaborating. Yes, I've been to the beach.
Matt, what was the last question I asked you?
I'm not sure. It's just something about the beach and the horizon. Is it a clear horizon? And I'm like,
sharp horizon.
Yeah, sharp horizon. But it's flat. I mean, it's hazy.
I didn't ask you if the horizon is flat. I asked you, do you see a sharp horizon at the ocean?
Man, how many other ways do you want me to say it? It gets blurry. You know what visibility is?
It doesn't get blurry, actually.
Do you know what visibility is?
It doesn't get blurry.
In Southern California, I could see like 25, 30 miles away. Some days, I can only see like 10 miles away. It's visibility. How sharp is that? What's the numeric value for how sharp my vision is of the horizon? I would not be able to give a clear mathematical amount for how sharp the horizon is. I can only tell you it gets blurry and it looks flat.
It doesn't get blurry. If there's fog or a lot of pollution, then it gets blurry. But on clear days, it's sharp, which is impossible if the earth is flat. If the earth is flat, the ground below you is always below your line of sight, and it extends out as a plane, not forever, but who knows how far it goes. Eventually, atmospheric scattering would obscure the horizon, like when it's foggy out. But on clear days, that doesn't happen. We see a sharp horizon at the ocean. That is the top of the curvature. There is never a case where you should see a sharp horizon if the earth is flat. So I'm telling this to the audience because every time I try to talk about it, Matt starts talking about something tangential.
May I respond? Okay, so you think because we could see the distance more clearly, that's your proof of a globe. That if
I don't know what the hell the distance means. The horizon, like you just mentioned, sharp horizon.
Responding to your statement. You just said, if on a clear day, right, you could see further, that's your proof of a globe. When in actuality, if you could see too far, if you could see too far, that means it's flat.
That's nowhere close to what I said.
See, this is an issue of your faith right here. That's why this is so sensitive. You want me to believe the earth curves, and I'm saying, no, it doesn't. I don't have that kind of faith to believe that.
Matt, what did I actually say about the horizon? What did I say about it?
Play it back. You just said that.
So you have no idea what I said.
On a clear day, when you could see further, that's your proof of a globe. And I countered that by saying, no, if you could see further, that means it's flat.
What did I say about the horizon?
Keep saying it. You're just laughing and looking ridiculous.
What did I say about the horizon on clear days?
Say it again. Say it again so we could hear you say it again.
You're not even listening, so we can talk about the next topic.
You want to because I contradicted you with your own words.
You don't know my own words because when I asked you for them, you said play the tape back. You don't know what I said. You're not even trying to listen or engage.
Eric, I'm trying to explain to you. You just contradicted your own model.
No, I didn't.
On a clear day, if you could see farther, that's your proof of a globe.
That's not what I said.
By saying if you could see too far, that means it's flat. And then you just started laughing at me.
That's not what I said.
Okay, then what did you say?
I said you can see a sharp horizon on clear days. What would atmospheric scattering do to the surface of the water if the earth was flat? It would blur it out to where there is no distinct spot where it ends, like when it's foggy out. But we don't see that. We see the top of the curvature of the earth. That's what a sharp horizon is. A sharp horizon is completely incompatible with the earth being flat.
See, you say that, but that's not reality. What you just
reality is we see a sharp horizon.
Yeah, exactly. The
more you how that works on a flat earth.
Okay, it's like this. On a flat earth, if you
explain the sharp line between the water and the sky.
Oh, you mean the flat line between the water and the sky?
The sharp line between the water and the sky.
The flat line
the
between
sharp
the water?
Line. Describe why it's a sharp distinction between sky and water.
Eric. The flat line
Shut
between the water and the
fuck up about the flatness.
Right?
Why is there a sharp distinction between the sky and the water?
Because as we're on a flat plane, just like you said, on a clear day, you would see further. And because of the atmosphere, it does get blurry.
What is it doing? That has nothing to do with anything that I asked you.
Eric, don't overreact. We're having a civilized conversation.
This is not an overreaction.
When I go hike in the hills and I look at Orange County, I look at LA County, sometimes I can't even see 10 miles away. On like a clear
That's
day.
Great. Talk about the sharp distinction between sky and water on the ocean on a clear day instead of Orange County.
You mean that flat line between the water and the sky?
We are moving on to a different topic. You're incapable.
Okay. We don't have to talk about the flat line between the sky and the water if you don't want to.
The sharp line, which you cannot account for in your model.
It's called visibility, man. I don't know how to make it more
and
easy
it's
for you to
visibly
understand.
Sharp, which is incompatible with a flat Earth.
How so?
I already explained it to you.
How so? You're asserting it is.
Again, you're not listening.
Okay, Eric, if what you're saying is true,
I'm not going to address this point anymore. I've explained it already 3 times.
So how is it incompatible on a flat Earth?
I explained it 3 times.
Okay, I'll just have to rewatch this then to understand your point.
Let's go to a new topic.
I'll rewatch it.
So do you agree that Port Elizabeth is at these coordinates, or do you think that that's fake?
Never been there, man. I mean, it could be real. What does Google say?
That this is from Google. Do you accept meridians?
Well, it depends on the projection. I mean, how some people project the meridian lines, it's like it doesn't add up.
I'm not really talking about the map.
Just continue, man. You don't have to waste my time.
Clarify. I'm not trying to, but I'm just talking about, do you disagree that meridians, just like the sun appears directly overhead at a particular, like solar noon or whatever, you accept meridians, I would assume.
Wait. Right? Are you talking about the nature of the path of the sun above the earth?
Nope, I'm just talking about meridians.
Okay, continue.
Do you accept them?
Just continue. I don't have to accept or reject them. I'm just looking at your evidence.
You actually have to take a stance because I'm questioning you on this.
No, I don't. I'm listening to you.
Okay. Do you agree, or do you think it's false that Port Elizabeth is at these coordinates?
I don't know. I'd have to double check.
Okay. Do you agree, or do you think it's false that Cape Town is at these coordinates?
Like my previous answer, I'd have to double check. I've never been there.
Okay. Well, people live there and they navigate using Google Maps and they know what time it is. So these meridians and their coordinates are established and backed up by that. It'd be really goofy to suggest that this is fake because people living there would have no idea what's going on. But anyways, they're both 34 degrees south of the equator. you can just take my word for that, I guess. But if we take that their meridians, their longitude, they're separated by 7 degrees and 9 minutes. So do you reject this? Do you accept it? Or do you just say, I'll take your word for it for now?
Just continue.
What is your stance?
These are the numbers you're preparing. I don't have an opinion yet. I want to see where you're going first. It's not about more. Okay, mathematic. Tactic. Yeah, got it. Keep going.
So do you disagree or agree that a line of degree, this really only works for latitude, is about 69.1 miles, or do you think that's fake?
I'm recognizing this. That 1 degree, that's what those people try to say. They try to mask the 8 inches per mile squared. I recognize those numbers. That's another fake thing. The 8 inches per mile squared, or 1 degree of curvature, or 69 point. You just brought it up again.
I promise you, nothing I'm about to talk about has anything to do with the curvature with 8 degrees, with denying or affirming 8 inches per mile squared.
Okay, but I just want to say that I recognize the number play you're presenting immediately.
This has nothing to do with 8 inches per mile squared.
It's okay. I'm
Matt,
listening.
literally, according to the flat Earth, if you travel north 1 degree, you have traveled 69.1 miles. It doesn't matter if Earth is a globe or flat. Both of those models make this claim. So do you accept it or do you reject it?
I don't make any claims like that.
Holy.
And I don't speak for all flat earthers. That's a mistake thinking that I stand for every flat earther. I am me.
Never said that. So you're just agnostic as to whether or not 1 degree of latitude traveled is 69.1 miles?
Well, I think that would pertain more to like the globe, but I mean, I'm just listening to what you say. You mean like away from the North Pole? Like 1 degree at a time is 69 miles?
Yeah. It doesn't matter where you do it at. If you go north or south 1 degree, you have moved 69.1 miles.
Well, let's continue. What are you presenting?
Jeez. So he's not going to take a stance, so he can just say no.
I'm listening to you. I mean, continue. I mean, get somewhere, dude.
So anyways,
cook with this, man.
Both of these cities are 34 degrees south. So what we can do is we can take the distance from the North Pole to where they are. It's 8,568.4 miles. So you can create a triangle to figure out the base separating these two places. Again, they're at the same latitude, different meridians. You can calculate ahead of time with your angle at the beginning there of 7 degrees and 9 minutes, which would be a 7.15 in decimals, it's 0.15. So the distance between them would be 1,068.56. Or in other words, there's the North Pole, there's the meridian that Port Elizabeth is on, there's the meridian that Cape Town, South Africa is on. So we know the separation between them. We know how much distance there is per degree of latitude. So we can calculate what would be the separation between them. Well, the actual distance, the distance flat Earth tells us is over 1,000 miles. The actual distance is only 409 miles. Or you can look at a road. Again, you can just deny it, but literally people use Google Maps every single day and it's accurate. So you'd have to say that people that drive from here to here are driving over twice the distance that Google is telling them. And this would just be known. So the flat Earth predicts that as you travel south, you always diverge. The globe predicts that after the equator, you get closer together. The flat Earth prediction here has completely failed. So what's your response?
But can you show the last slide where you showed the driving distance of from one side to the other?
I would be happy to.
Okay, next slide, please. Okay, yeah, I see that 8 hours. And how much is that in miles? Forgive my ignorance of kilometers, but
467. Okay. So that's the driving distance.
You know what this reminds me of? That reminds me of driving to Vegas. It's like sometimes it could be like 4 hours. Some people have done it in 2 hours.
The flat Earth is telling us it's 1,000 miles away.
Hold up. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure we'd have to drive that, but that's what that reminds me of, the distance and then the different times. It's like the same thing, but I understand your confusion. You're trying to compare the different coordinate systems and seeing why it doesn't match reality.
If the Earth is flat and meridians are true, then we can predict what the distance separating Port Elizabeth and Cape Town is. And it's predicted over 1,000 miles. It's only a little over 400.
Well, you're predicting that, but you know, the math, you know, people lie with numbers all the time. So that you're going to have to come up with better evidence than that.
Error.
I mean, to convince
I put
me
everything
I'm
on the screen
ball,
as simple as possible.
Eric, if you want to convince me I'm on a spinning ball, you got to do much better than
deny any of these numbers.
I'm not denying it. I'm just saying it's
so you're not denying it, and it gives false data, and your only choice is to say, well, people could be lying about the number. The satanic glober who's trying to control the world.
I'm looking at what you showed, and I'm giving real world examples that the distances, the times. I mean, yeah, maybe the numbers are off a bit, but the times,
a bit,
like driving to Vegas.
It predicts 1,000 miles.
Listen,
the real
from where I am,
listen,
where we are in Southern California, some people could get to Vegas in like 2 hours. Some people take them like 4.5 hours.
Your model predicts over 1,000 miles of separation.
My model doesn't
barely over 400. Yes, it actually does. We went over this.
No, my model doesn't make any specific claims about.
Yes, it does. Meridians exist.
So you're putting words in my mouth, and I reject that.
I'm speaking for you because you guys are just dishonest and reject your own worldview. You accept meridians.
You think I reject my own worldview?
Yes.
Because of your mathematics?
Yes.
Well, that's your opinion, and I disagree.
My math is your worldview.
Okay, your math.
You disproved it because sometimes when you go to Vegas, it takes longer than Google Maps says.
You just said my worldview is your math.
Yeah, my math is your worldview.
That's a lie.
It's not.
It just called
meridians exist.
You just lied. You said
no, I didn't.
My worldview is your mathematics. I reject that.
My math is your worldview.
And you're a liar, Eric. You're a liar.
That's fucking cute, but I'm not. Meridians exist.
So
you accept meridians.
Lie, dude.
The North Pole exists. The separation between these two places is predictable. The predicted result is over 1,000 miles. It's not. Your worldview is false.
That's based on your math, your theory.
No, it's based on your model.
That's your opinion.
No, it's your opinion. It's your model.
I don't make specific claims about distances.
See, chat, what he did was, remember when he wouldn't affirm, deny, or even be agnostic on anything in the beginning? That's so that they don't have to make a commitment to anything because they know that their model can't describe anything. No,
you wanted to trap
and now we get whatever this is in the end.
You wanted to trap me in some mathematical fairy tale that does not correspond with reality.
Oh, Cape Town is not at those coordinates? Port Elizabeth is not at those coordinates?
It might be. But if you're trying to say the Earth, you want to say the Earth is a ball because of your mathematics, right? First, you'd have to prove that the Earth is a ball. You have to prove the Earth is a ball because we're observing the Earth.
I just proved that it can't be flat because it doesn't match reality.
With your math, but then again, your mathematics do not correspond with reality.
No, yes, because my math was flat Earth math. That's
so you just admitted that your math does not correspond with reality.
No, it's your math. It's flat Earth math.
I didn't present any math.
I know. It's the math according to the belief that the Earth is flat. This actually happens all the time. You guys
it does not require faith.
You guys can't get anything right.
Hey, Eric, there's no faith for me to look at the Earth and say it's flat.
What if the sun was above the Earth? Well, then we could predict where the sun would be at different locations by doing trigonometry. Oh no, the errors go from 3.5 to 10 to 21.5 to 44 to 95%, whereas the globe errors are within 1%.
Oh, of course.
So which model accurately reflects reality?
Eric,
the globe model.
Your flat Earth math says it's impossible, but your globe math says there is no way it could be otherwise.
No, the globe math.
That's your religion. That's your faith.
Holy shit! That's actually
your faith, dude.
You actually thought you had a point there.
No, that's your faith. Look at it. You tailored your mathematics to say whatever you want.
Matt, can you read?
Yes, of course I could read.
What does that say?
See, that's your assumption. All of that's your assumption.
Well, it is an assumption. This is how you do science.
So you admit you're making assumptions here.
Oh, this is so cute.
You want me to predict based on your assumptions, your misguided assumptions about flat Earth.
Matt, predicted angle.
Right? This is like you're trying to falsify
Matt,
everything. I get it.
It says predicted angle. Then what's the second one say?
You're saying it's the actual angle, but here,
Actual
I know
angle.
what a lot of Globers get confused about is how perspective actually works and how the sun will go, the light from the sun will go directly to the observer. That's what a lot of this mathematical confusion comes from, because the light is going directly to the observer, just like this.
I've literally modeled that here, but it falls apart. Have you ever been on the side of the
beach or the ocean and seen the light on the water go directly towards you? Have you ever seen that? It go directly on the water to you. Have you ever seen that?
Are you asking me if I've seen the reflection of the sun in the water?
No, I mean how on the water, the light will go directly towards the observer.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have to make observations. Go to the beach or even like a lake or something.
Are these observations?
Dude, what did I just say? You observe the light on the water going directly.
Yeah, so the question was, are these
unique.
observations?
My point is this. It is unique to the observer. Wherever the observer is, the sunlight will go directly towards them. Why are you doing that?
Because you're running away from everything.
No,
it's so hilarious.
I'm answering your question.
The Olympics are coming to Southern California in 2028. Please do the 100-meter dash.
That's ridiculous, Eric. Come on, I'm answering your question with real world examples, and you're just like throwing in little remarks. Who's the one running from the debate, man?